So in this lesson, I went through and explained the difference between a physical and a chemical change. So remember, in a physical change, while the appearance of a substance might change, its chemical identity does not. So a lot of common types of physical changes we'll see is when you dissolve a solid in a liquid, when you change the state of matter, like from a solid to a liquid to a gas. Those are physical changes. And most physical changes can actually be undone. So for example, if you melt a substance, you can always undo that process by simply freezing it. If you dissolve a solid in liquid, you can undo that by getting rid of the water through the process of boiling or evaporation. So a physical change, you do not change the identity of the substance. In a chemical change, the identity does change. You are creating a new substance, at least one new substance. So let's look at these examples to make sure we understand. Freezing of water to make ice cubes. When I'm freezing water, I'm simply taking water molecules that are liquid and I'm making them into a solid. So they are still water molecules, so this is going to be a physical change. I can also undo that process and I can get the original substance back by simply melting the ice cubes. For the next one, fermenting cheese. The cheese that is fermented is going to be chemically different than the cheese you started with, thank you to bacteria. And you cannot get the original cheese back, which if you like something like blue cheese is a good thing. So this is going to be a chemical change. Burning gasoline in a lawnmower. When you're burning something, that is a combustion reaction, which we will study, but you are actually changing the identity of the substance. You're producing carbon dioxide and water. You are changing the identity of the substance. This is a chemical change, and you cannot get the gasoline back. If I melt gold, again, remember any state change is going to be a physical change, and I can actually get that gold back by simply allowing it to solidify. If I allow food to rot, that is allowing bacteria to eat away at the food, this is going to be a chemical change. My food, the identity of my food has changed for sure. For the last two, dry ice sublime. So that means it's going from a solid to a gas. Whenever I have a state change, I'm not changing the identity of my substance, so this will be a physical change. And then finally, if I'm grating cheese, what that means is I'm simply getting slivers of that cheese. So while I'm changing the shape and how it appears, I still have cheese, so this will be a physical change. And I can further explain this by noting that if I take that grated cheese and I melt it down and then put it back into a container and allow it to solidify again, I will have the original cheese back that I started with.